I was working at a grocery store in Alaska over 20 years ago, and it was a tough place to live because food was really expensive. To save money, I used to buy a pack of hot dogs and buns. I kept the buns in my locker, but I made sure to put the hot dogs in the fridge with my name clearly marked so I could tell them apart. But something strange started happening. Someone kept stealing my hot dogs, and I couldn't figure out who it was. There were no cameras in the break room, so I never had any proof, and I was really frustrated because I didn't know how to catch the thief. One day, I decided I had enough. I wanted to get back at the person who kept taking my food. I took a pack of hot dogs to the bathroom and did something that made me feel really powerful. I peed all over them and then put them back in their sleeve. I made sure to write my name on them again and then put them back in the fridge. I thought maybe the thief would see them and get a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. But the next day, I went to check the fridge, and guess what? The hot dogs were gone again. I was really upset because I thought I had finally found a way to teach the thief a lesson. I decided to tell a few people what I had done. I told my coworkers, and they were really surprised. Some of them laughed, but others were really impressed. I didn't know if it would work, but I felt like I had to try. I thought maybe the thief would be scared to take something that was now covered in pee. I was hoping that the thief would finally stop taking my food because they didn't want to get caught with something that was really gross. But the next day, the hot dogs were gone again. I was really confused because I thought I had already done something that would stop the thief. I started to feel like I was going in circles and that no matter what I did, the thief was still taking my food. I felt like I was losing control of my life and that I couldn't do anything to stop the thief. I started to feel really low because I had tried everything I could think of, but nothing was working. One day, I decided to take things even further. I started to think about what the thief might be going through. Maybe they were in a tough spot and needed food, but they didn't have the money. I thought maybe I could help them in a different way. I started to write a note and put it in the fridge with the hot dogs. The note said that if they really wanted to eat, they could take one of the hot dogs, but they had to promise not to take any more. I thought maybe this would help because it gave the thief a choice instead of just making them feel bad. The next day, the hot dogs were gone again, but this time I didn't feel as upset. I thought maybe the thief had taken one and had a choice to make. I was really tired of trying to catch the thief, and I didn't want to keep going in circles. I started to feel like I had already done everything I could to get back at the thief. I was ready to move on and not think about it anymore. But then something happened that made me feel like I had to do something else. I saw the thief in the break room, and they were looking at the fridge. I knew they were going to take another hot dog. I decided to do something different. I took a pack of hot dogs and put them in the bathroom again, but this time I made sure to write a note that said I was done with the revenge and that I wanted to move on. I thought maybe the thief would finally understand and stop taking my food. The next day, the hot dogs were still there. I felt like I had finally gotten what I wanted. I didn't have to keep trying to catch the thief anymore. I was able to move on and not think about it. I felt like I had done everything I needed to, and that I was ready to start a new chapter in my life. I didn't know what would happen next, but I felt like I had finally found peace.